Come, baby.
Silicone
So
Valley.
have you ever been to Vegas?
I've never been to Vegas.
Really?
Really.
Wait a minute.
Shame on you.
I
Hold
swear,
Wow.
I've never been.
Wait a minute. You party animal have never been to Vegas.
I've never been to
That's
Vegas.
surprising.
Oh my goodness. We need to
Surprising.
make
I
this
just got
happen.
back from Vegas
Oh my
yesterday,
goodness.
and I'm still hungover.
For the victory lap though. Whoa, they ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome.
Welcome to the CZ Media Podcast. I'm back from Vegas.
Finally.
And I'm back in my natural color.
How'd you do? I told you to put that money on that.
I did.
Did you win a number 30?
I told you.
Did you win a number 30?
I did.
You
So
did.
35 to 1 in the blackjack. I got black 26 on the
Five.
first bet, Jeff. That's when I texted you.
Like 26. So you got $525.
No, I bet 10.
I told you about 15. But good job. Hell yeah, dude.
I bet 10. I picked 4 numbers.
Nice.
And on my very first bet, I
And you
walked to
won?
New York, and I won.
Did you
Good
do
job,
that?
brother.
Fuck yeah, I left. I cashed that bitch out. I got food
Roulette.
with it.
Fuck yeah, I left that bitch. Took their money and ran.
I
Oh my
hit 3 or
gosh.
4 times in a row on number 30.
Did
And
you?
I was putting 15, 20, 25, 30 bucks on it.
But here's the shitty part. I won that easily, so I'm expecting to win like that every time I
Right.
go into a casino. Yeah, it didn't happen again.
No dice.
That was it.
I know, you get
I
that
actually
feeling.
You can't
lost-
set yourself up for
I
that
lost
kind of failure.
everything that I won.
That's why I
I'll
asked you
bet
if you
you.
left.
I won
No, I
500
did. I
on
did
a-
leave that as soon as I won, we left, got dinner, drinks and shit. But then I went into the same mindset going into every other casino thinking I'm going to hit that number.
Easy.
Right.
It didn't happen.
Boo.
I won 500 in Keno the other day.
I
On
know.
a $10 ticket.
And
Somebody won.
Jeff Carducci tripped over a $20 bill, right?
I
Walking
did.
out of here. And
Yeah.
then he found 4,200.
4,200 I found at the
Yep.
casino.
Right. He just rolled
You
over in
found
his
somebody
bed.
to
Stripper is pissed.
No.
Some stripper is pissed right
No.
now.
And
She is
There's no
pissed.
stripper in Cleveland walking around with $4,200.
Right.
Brother. This is not Vegas.
And I'm here with Timmy G. He's wearing. I have no idea what he's wearing.
I'm wearing a pantsuit.
Okay.
Looks good.
Yeah,
Okay.
these-
So
these are
here,
shorts.
so here's the story. Okay.
on.
I came to his house to
Actually,
meet
I'm
him
just
so
showing
we
off
can
these
go to the
socks.
show. So we can go to Asheville. He said, "Yeah, I got to change."
I
I'm like,
do.
"What do you got to change for?" He's in a polo and
You wanna
dress
look like
pants.
Jeff.
He walked out in this. He wanted to
3-piece suit,
Yeah.
86 degrees.
Exactly.
Okay.
But he told me he's like, I just want to wear regular clothes. That's what he told
Yeah.
me.
So wait, just to clarify,
I've never seen you in that outfit ever.
regular
Any
That is
outfit
not
like that
that is
ever.
not
Regular
clothes.
clothes.
Invested today, okay?
regular clothes are socks
But-
with baby ducks on them. I
Right.
just want to make sure I'm correct.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And as
You like
always, Jeff
Yes.
Carducci in his sunglasses. What up? What up? Look
Tim is
good.
What's up,
wearing
sir?
We
what
look
he
good.
wears.
Thank you.
Oh, Tim,
Shorts.
Jesus. And our guest today, our lovely guest today from
Look
Freedom
at her.
Mortgage,
Who is it?
Stephanie Stoltz. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
the podcast.
Thanks, boys.
So, yeah, I think once we introduce the guests, we need to have a clap
Do a
because
good
I feel
clap.
like when we introduce them, they're just like, yay.
Boo.
And then it's like, ugh. But I can't add like the background noise that people clap
Oh,
at.
yeah,
Background
totally.
clap.
Or
You have to
booing.
Take it from we though. I
Or
want to get the
or
we clap.
or booing.
you can get like the good
Yeah.
golf clap, or the
Yeah.
the slow clap.
Right. Exactly. I like that.
Oh, I
I'm a
would
big
hate
fan.
that.
I'm a big
Not the
fan of the
slow
slow clap.
Or the golf clap.
Right.
No.
So Stephanie, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, you told me that when you purchased your home, you actually purchased it from Timmy G over here.
I did.
Hello.
Gee.
So tell us how
Tim.
amazing that experience was.
It was amazing. He was so patient with me. I'm a little bit particular about certain things, and sometimes we would walk in, and before we'd even walk in, I'd be like, "Nope," and he was like, "Okay." We drove really far in Menor. Okay, nice. I mean, I love that.
When we're single, we like a lot of things now. It's amazing. Right here.
He was,
To my
yeah,
second
he was so amazing and helpful and patient and so good. And I have 5 kids, and my 4 girls would go with us lots of times to look at houses. And one of them, I think maybe Cassidy, decided to affectionately name Tim Tour Guide Barbie. So, so we would
Tour
drive
Guide
somewhere and they'd be
Barbie.
like, I'd
Tour
say,
guide
I'm
Barbie,
going to
I
look at a
love
house. Do you want to go? They said, or are you going with tour guide?
Oh.
I'm like, yes, then we're coming. So if Tim was in, we were in.
So Tim's being called a
Tour
Barbie doll,
guide
and he's being called Manitim.
Okay, well, you know how his initials are TG, tour guide?
Yeah.
Now his initials
Oh,
are TGB,
TGB.
tour guide
Totally.
Barbie.
You guys didn't even know.
TGB in the
Looks like
house.
I got to change my gamer tag.
Oh my God.
His alter ego is tour guide Barbie.
Tour
Tour
guide
guide
Barbie.
But he was
Hashtag
awesome.
tour guide Barbie. Let's get it started. Okay.
Yep, we're gonna get that.
Tim
started.
is a fantastic agent, to be honest. I give him a hard time, but I bet everything went really well.
It went amazing, and I just put one of my friends to Tim to help.
She is a blast and
So.
a half.
She's
She
a
is
little
a
harder to
Did you
handle
tell
than me,
her?
maybe,
Did you
but
tell her your real name?
tour guide Barbie.
Tour guide Barbie?
TGB.
Tour guide
I
Barbie?
think I did
Tour guide
actually.
Barbie.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey
She
Barbie.
probably got a kick out of that too.
Hey, Mr. Barbie. I'm just. Is that what she left in her voice?
Oh, sing that.
Sure, if you could. You can leave that
He's
voicemail.
a Barbie
In a Barbie
realtor
world.
in a Barbie world.
I think
Okay.
I know what's going on the billboard soon.
Yeah.
You got to get him a pink. You got to get him a pink convertible.
Oh my God.
Hey, I need a
cute.
pink suit now.
I agree with
Hey
that.
man.
Let's
I'm
just
wearing a
start with
pink
pink
shirt.
socks.
Listen. With a name,
Pink shirt.
with a
We can
name
do
like
pink shirt. I have
Barbie,
pink
with a
shirt.
name like Barbie, you better have a pink suit. That's all I gotta
I got a
say.
pink something.
All right. So tell us
Some
how you got
sparkles.
into lending.
So right after I bought my house.
It looks like you're about to start crying. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm perfect.
I don't have tissues.
No, I'm good.
You can cry on my shoulder.
Can I? Yeah.
Clean it up when you're done.
It's either that or she's.
On the suit.
It's either that or she's like, gagging from the shots we took right before we hit record.
She had like half a bottle of that tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah, she finished that.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
she did bring in a bottle of Knob Creek. Thank you for that.
You bet.
She's donated to the Bourbon Wall,
It
and
is
she is not taking
delicious.
it home with her.
She's
It'll
not
be
taking it
really
home.
Oh
Unlike
my goodness,
other
we
people
finished that offset.
that
Oh
take
my
it home.
goodness.
You're never gonna learn, Timmy boy.
Listen, bro. I brought a bottle. I left a bottle. I brought a bottle. We finished a bottle.
Last week you broke the glass.
I did not break. No, I found your broken glass. You gave me the broken glass.
Is that why
Boo,
we skipped a week without him?
Yeah.
You got punished?
I went on vacation.
I was gonna
And-
say,
Call it what you want, brother.
All right.
what you
So
want.
let's not enough about Tim. Let's
regroup.
talk about you.
Regroup. No.
All right. How did we get into lending?
So after I bought the house for me and the kids, I just loved the whole experience. I loved the way it made me feel and the way my kids felt, and they were so happy to have our place. And I was working somewhere else at the time that was sort of a 7 to 5 kind of job, and it just was too much for me to manage with.
And you have your background is in numbers and
It
calculating.
is right. I was a financial advisor
numbers,
before. Yeah,
math.
so I'm a
math.
math kind of girl. So
that makes sense.
financial advisor.
She
and
likes numbers, boys.
I'm a calculator type of guy.
you are. I won't tell.
My
His
teacher told me
his-
that I'd never
his
had
chest
that.
is like a calculator. You push it, and that's.
It's like Iron Man. You just twist that thing on your.
I
the
wouldn't go that
calculator.
far.
Yeah, no, we're not going with that.
Close.
No,
I mean, I
no,
tried.
God, no.
I tried.
No, sorry,
What's
no.
the weakest
I tried.
metal you can find?
Oh,
Aluminum
I
foil?
know, yeah, yeah.
Tin.
Aluminum, tin.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah,
tin
pewter.
foil.
Tim.
Tin man. There you go, Tin Man. Yeah, tin.
Guys
tin.
are funny.
Tim.
Funny guys.
All right,
What's the
funny
weakest metal? Tin.
Wow.
Wow. Thank God she's a friend.
We were
She's
trying to
trying
make
to
fun
be-
of Jeff.
she's
and
trying
it
to
goes
get,
back to Tim.
It was just.
Thank God
it
it's a
was like
friend.
served up. I couldn't.
know.
I could not
She's
take
trying
that
to be a
one.
permanent member
It
of the
was like a
cast.
freaking
A
volleyball
joke
set.
like that.
I could.
All right, so you got
Jeff,
into
it's your
lending.
cat.
You enjoyed the whole experience. What made you want to continue pursuing?
Truly, I debated between realtor and lending, and just my zone is numbers, and it just seemed to be a better fit for me to do the lending thing.
And now you're hearing all the nightmare stories of being a realtor, right? It's like, oh shit.
Yeah. I don't know that I could handle, honestly, taking somebody from house to house and then, or like some of the stuff that we encountered. Like, I don't know that I could do that every day for somebody. So I think you guys are, good for you.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna waste time. It's part of real estate, you know.
Well, your time, you're investing your time in
Right,
somewhere.
it is.
You're investing
But
your
your
time.
time's worth money,
Mhm.
and so is your clients.
Right.
You can only spend so much time
Right.
on each other.
Oh.
I mean, I guess I should rephrase that. You're not wasting your time. And eventually, there'll be time wasted, but most of the time that you're going to be spending are the clients that are true to you,
Sure.
and then you're going to be true to them, right, Tim?
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I'm gonna go off and sell them their house to another person. Absolutely.
All I hear is gum chewing. So why did
Say
you
what?
why did you choose Freedom Mortgage out of all the mortgage companies that you could pick from?
So Freedom Mortgage, my sales manager is actually who did my loan for my house. So
Miss Kelly Brendy.
Miss Kelly Brendy.
Kelly, okay.
Yeah, love
And,
Miss Kelly.
Love her. And Freedom is a great fit for me personally. Just the company, my manager, and Avon Harry, the other people that I work with, Kelly being my sales manager, like all of it is good. I feel like marketing and what we can do at Freedom is
You have the freedom.
I have the freedom at Freedom. We just a lot of things that I haven't experienced before. Like,
Okay.
but we also have a program that we can finance lower credit customers, which I feel is a competitive advantage for me, and we have an edge on debt to income. So there's a couple things that I'm able to do that I wasn't able to do before with a different company. And when I'm trying to connect with a realtor and say, hey, why would I do business with you? I have 3 other lenders that I work with. That's a competitive advantage that I have that
Yeah.
kind of gets me in the door a little bit.
You were touching on earlier that you can help people with 500 or so credit score,
Right.
which
Holy
most of the
crap.
time,
We
most
can,
of the
yeah.
time, I'd say about 75 to 80% of the time, lenders won't be able to help. Maybe that's a little low too. And there's people out there that have money, have cash on hand that can, buy a home, but
Right.
when it comes to that part of the process, they get denied.
What's the
So-
lowest credit score you've done?
I think I did a 540, but the Freedom First program, we can actually do no credit scores. So like there was an older couple that had no credit. So they didn't have credit cards. They didn't have car payments. They lived in a family member's house and they were trying to buy it because they paid rent. And now there's in this program, if you can show that you can consistently make payments, like show utility bills or cell phone and other things that you consistently pay on time, in the Freedom First program, we can approve them. And then also the 5 to 500 or 5 to 550 range of customers. It takes a 10% down payment, but we can finance those.
Wow, that's amazing.
I
It's
mean,
good stuff.
when people, back in the day when we had the crash, I mean, people were getting approved,
Right.
at that, maybe even lower, correct? So how do we look at that and say, we're not, I guess,
Doing the same thing that we did before.
yeah, or potential repeat of
Because
what
you're
happened.
still
You
qualifying
wanna-
them. I mean, they're still
Still
going
qualifying
through, sorry,
them.
Not to cut
No,
you
no,
off.
no, go ahead.
But you're still going through the rigors of getting them pre-approved. So it's not like, especially like a situation like that, that's an older client who has rental history
Right.
with the family, has been there, and they're just an older couple that never got on the credit bandwagon, basically.
So they can also not have any 90-day lates in a year
Okay.
and not more than 2 in 2 years, in 24 months. So something like, we spend too much or we do this or whatever makes them the credit score. If they're paying their bills 90 days late consistently, they're not going to get financed.
Gotcha. So
And I-
90 days late is really late.
It's
Right.
really late, right? So to allow 2 of those in 24 months
yeah.
is that, but it's what I'm telling you is consistently to burst the bubble, sort of, right? Like, how do we know we're not going to get in that space again? People that are consistently not paying their bills are not going to get financed. But if
Which
you have,
was the difference back
Right.
then, is they were approving everyone underneath the sun.
All
It
you had to
didn't
do was
matter.
breathe then.
Yeah,
right?
basically.
yeah,
Ninja loan, no income, no job accepted.
Ninja.
Ta-da.
No, that's that's exactly what it was called.
Yep.
No income verification, no nothing. So, Whew. So
That's scary.
I get this a lot from people looking to get pre-approved or pre-qualified. What is the difference?
So pre-qualified just kind of gives an idea of, I pay this much in rent, my credit's this. It's just the first step. But to be pre-approved, we'll actually pull the credit score, look at their liabilities, their car payment or student loans, credit card debt, any of those things, and say, here's your monthly income, here is your debts, and their debt to income has to fit in a certain range or they won't be
I got a
pre-approved.
question on that.
Yeah.
You said you check the student loans.
We do.
I could be wrong here, but it seems like some places don't check for the student loans till almost the end.
Then they'll blow up.
And then the deal blows up and the buyer's lost over $1,000 on appraisals, inspections, plus their time. And they got earnest money out there.
Right.
Is that true that some lenders do not check for those things until the end? I've seen that.
Oh,
Yeah.
then it must be true. I don't know. I know that when we
How
import
do you do it?
liabilities, when we pull credit, we can import the liabilities, and they all show up. And some people who are on deferrals, any of those things, you still have to have a payment. Like you still have to put,
Right.
even if they don't pay. There's sometimes parents are on a kid's student loans are on parents, and the parents are trying to buy the house, and we still have to put a payment in for that child's
How do
student
you
loan. even
calculate
it's-
the number then? Isn't it 1% of the loan?
It is 1%. So if you
Okay.
have a $28,000 loan, that's a $280 payment right there.
Right.
That can throw your DTIs way out of whack.
It can show your
Right.
DTS.
Yeah, you won't be DTF after that point.
What is DTI, by the way, for people that don't know what that means?
Debt to income.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, debt to
yeah.
income.
Oh,
yeah.
We just caught Chavez Googling DTI.
Yep.
That's
And
I was
please
asking-
do not
DTI.
do not open that website,
Oh,
please,
that's
sir.
doing that
Do not open that
the
website.
other
The other?
acronym.
we actually have another. I'll just say one more thing about DTI.
Yeah.
So at Freedom, we can actually do FHA loans up to 57%. Where
Which
most
is
stop
what,
at 50.
2% higher than most lenders out there right now?
It's probably
most of them
more
are-
than 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Most
that's
stop at 50.
Yeah, most stop at 50. I've
So
seen
we
a
can do
couple do
57.
55, but I've never.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the only people that I know that do
So
it.
we can push that a little further, which gives
Wow.
it's. I mean, it's a
It's
change.
not advised to always do it, but sometimes there's a case where you got to push it.
Well, something like their loans in deferral, and they don't really have that payment, but we have to count it anyway. Something like that. That extra percentage will help them a little bit.
Do you have
Yeah,
to
just
push
for
it?
people that so then they understand. You know,
push
if
it
we don't
really
wanna
good?
push your limits, but sometimes you have additional stuff on your
That sounds
credit
like
or
a High School Musical song.
whatever. Oh,
Put your limits.
Yeah,
push your limits.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Idea. Well, let's put on a show.
You got to take them to the limits sometimes. You know?
You got yeah, and don't be afraid.
Listen,
Sing that
Dad.
song.
Hey, Dad,
Eagles,
quit with
Eagles.
the dad jokes, okay?
Can you sing that for us, Jeff?
Yeah,
could you?
I'd like to hear.
I would. I still got a strained vocal cord.
Do you?
It's
Okay.
healing.
Yeah.
I'm almost
Come out
I'm
sounding
almost
like screeching
61.5% better.
I thought you were gonna say. I
61
thought, I
and
thought
a
you were gonna
half.
say.
I can't find
I'm
that song.
61.
75% more, and I'll be 100.
75.
So you need to get to 100 and something percent to get to 100.
There's only 100%, Tim.
You
I had
added
that big.
75 and 61.
75
Moving on.
of 61.
Oh,
75% of 61 will still. That's close.
Hmm.
That's 40%.
Maybe that's
39.
a lender question.
Yep, there we go. I mean, I validated you just
Anytime,
now.
anytime we talk about numbers,
welcome.
we refer to a
listen,
lender.
numbers, people. Okay.
Are you
Rain
taking,
Man
are you
over
taking
here.
that medication that works 73% of the time, 100% of the time?
Only 61% of the time I'm doing it, though, yeah.
Okay. I think you need to bump that up,
I was
I think
thinking
it'd
about
be-
doubling it, going up to about 78, maybe 80%,
and then it'll be 100% of the time for sure.
62% of the time.
62.
Right.
Okay.
So you go up 10% to go up 2%. Or 1%, sorry.
You're close.
My mind is blowing right now. So,
For anyone that follows
This
that,
is why you
please
need a
put
good
it in the
lender. Right, yeah.
comments.
Right.
Yeah.
and this is what we do. We kind of go off on these tangents, and then I got to go back
And edit this
reel
stuff.
everybody in.
Well,
Circle.
Anytime you need to get
Circle
grounded,
back.
Chris, all you got to do is zoom in on the most beautiful pitch you've ever
Oh
seen.
yeah. Hey, I saw your billboard.
Did you?
Yeah, I
Sorry,
did.
my
That's
eyes
a-
just
where's
got
the
blinded.
beard?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
don't
sir. I
have
saw
the
your
beard.
forehead.
For the
I
beard.
saw that. I was gonna say, is that you? I doesn't
No.
even look
I
like you.
couldn't-
Let me see that. Let me
The
see
beard's
that photo.
new.
Let me see this.
The
photo.
I've
beard,
only
I
had
know
the
beard.
beard like
So
No
6
there's a
sunglasses.
special story about the beard, actually.
I'm gonna.
Do you mind if I bring this out?
Holy shit,
Jeffrey?
dude.
I don't care.
All right,
You
so
look like
2
you're,
years
you look
ago,
15
2 and a
years
half,
younger in this photo.
3 years ago now.
Took it last year.
Oh, no. 3 years ago, he tried doing a beard.
I
And
did.
he tried.
I tried.
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 And I'm talking Patch McGee, like Patch McGee, okay? Just boom, 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 okay? Yeah, he's trying to do No Shave November with us. Me and Jake.
Right, but I started
Drew.
in June.
Yeah, if he
Right.
started in June.
Yeah.
To get
And-
patchy.
Yeah,
Same-
to
that's
get
same-
patchy.
that's
And
same
then
with me.
December, November comes around and he's like, yeah, I got this. And we're like, bro, no, you don't. No. This past year, he comes out, this thing
Wow.
comes out.
I just
Where
got
did
it
it come-
trimmed too.
Actually, I know what happened.
Taking
He
my
hit puberty.
estrogen.
You using just for men for just the?
I use
Just
estrogen
one
lotion
color.
and
Is that
gel
color?
and hand cream.
Estrogen, what?
Isn't that the right thing? I don't know.
You're taking estrogen?
No,
Estrogen,
testosterone.
testosterone,
No,
and
estrogen-
mixed with
estrogen will block that
estrogen,
shit.
If you
mixed with money.
Mixed
And I just go like this, and then I have to rub it on my watch, and I just put it on. You want some for the top of your head?
No.
You
I'm
can
good.
see what it does for you.
had estrogen,
Yeah, estrogen will just make
You'll
my
have
hair
a,
grow.
You'll have a boob graph top of your head.
That's what I was gonna
Right
say
now
to
for
you.
you,
know.
for
I was
the
gonna
small
say,
price
yeah.
of $19.95,
boob.
for 3 easy payments, we can get you estrogen.
I think we would like to see a boob on the top of his head. I think.
Or-
I mean,
I'll tell you what. If you can't grow hair and you don't want to use the medicine, call Earl Scheib. He'll paint that hair for $99.95.
Ooh, yeah. I just saw
He'll
that
paint
commercial.
that hair for $99.95.
You're too young to understand the Earl Scheib thing, and you probably didn't live
Is
around
that the spray? Yeah, I saw.
there.
I
Earl
remember.
Scheib was a guy back in the day who would paint any car
Yeah.
for $99.95.
Oh, no, I was
Yeah.
not here for that.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
believe
a
me, you
great
gotta-
paint job.
If you leave the windows down, you do the interior for free.
Oh fuck!
yeah,
You gonna get that done in your head?
No,
No.
no.
Go with
I
like
can
a
You
pull
know-
off the,
do
no,
like
I
a
can pull
maroon.
off
they
the bald
tattoo
boat.
eyebrows and stuff on.
Don't worry, I've
Oh,
got
yeah.
plenty of eyebrows.
yeah. You
I
why don't
do
you
see
just
that-
comb?
I mean, they're like caterpillars.
Why don't you just comb your eyebrows over the
That's
top of
because
your
I
head?
tattoo the
Scott
top.
Davis's also. Like, he's missing his. Mine ate his, so
Oh.
that's why they got so big.
It's not nice.
Sorry, my eyebrows are boss.
I think we can borrow from his eyebrows. Implant. Just like
No,
LeBron
sorry,
James.
There's not enough hair there, Dick.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm
Hey.
sure, Dick.
Hey,
What?
that's not nice language
I
to
know.
talk to our host.
It's Dick.
You want to go on a 1 week hiatus again?
We should
Keep
we
talking.
should go out for a beer with her, and we'll be
Fine.
just fine.
Mute his mic.
We're gonna
It
make
is
him. We're gonna make him disappear.
He's getting the. You're getting the ejection. You're getting the ejection button.
Oh man, yeah, we went to a closing the other day.
Yes, we did.
By far the best closer I've come across. I walk in and he goes, "You're late. You're getting the button." I'm like, "What the hell? What do you mean? What button?" She's over in the
I was
corner
gonna say,
already.
P.S. I'm already sitting in
Okay?
the corner.
Yeah, he's already put her in the corner. Okay?
Nobody put Stephanie in a corner.
Oh, she got put in the
I
corner.
said that to him. I go,
Trust
nobody
me.
puts baby in
We
the corner.
started talking, chatting, and everything, and he goes, "Do I really have to press this button?"
And he would do this.
This is the buyer.
Yeah, just
No, the signer at the.
just the
oh.
signer at the closing. Best closer.
He was awesome. Then he was
Hilarious.
telling us jokes at the end. Oh my gosh.
But we couldn't talk. Like through it, no talking whatsoever. Between
Okay.
me and her, we couldn't do any talking. It was just him
And Fred.
them.
Yeah.
And Fred.
yeah,
no
you,
Fred.
you don't want to interrupt. I mean, at closing, to be honest, they're going through like this much paperwork, dude.
Oh no.
Right.
No,
Seriously.
it was funny because
I know, but there is a lot of
our
information.
client would talk to us and whatnot, and then he'd just look over like,
Don't say a word.
It was hilarious.
You ever been with me at a listing appointment and they're just getting ready to sign the contract, and whoever's with me opens their mouth and starts talking? They will get the meanest look from me.
Jeff Carducci actually takes his sunglasses off.
yes.
Beam. There it is.
Oh.
Oh shit! Look at him. My God. I can't tell if he's looking at me or you.
Yikes.
He's looking at both of us. At
I'm
the
glad
same
I'm
time.
over here.
When
I gotta be
somebody's
honest.
signing a contract, rule number 1, shut your mouth.
Right.
Don't
Until they're done
Absolutely.
signing that contract, you do not interrupt them. When somebody's signing any legal document, you shut up and let them sign it. It's part of being a
Agreed.
closer.
No, I think that's when a lot of people,
Talk
Do the
themselves
small
out of a
talk.
sale.
do the small talk just because it's like awkward silence, so they want to fill it with something.
Right.
But you're actually.
That's you
Deterring
want
the-
the awkward
experience.
silence.
Mm-hmm.
When you break that silence, it makes people comfy again, and they still have an opportunity
You
to
really
say
want to
no.
let them hear in their head, "Oh, what the fuck am I signing?" That's exactly what we're right. Oh no, that's,
Hey.
that's
I don't mind doing that because I know I do a great job for them.
right.
So they're going to sign the contract,
There
and
you
I'm
go.
going to do
What
a fantastic
the fuck,
job.
Jeff? That's what they're saying.
What the hell did this guy just get me into?
No. Well, I think that's good. I think that's a great advice. Keep it quiet. Wait till they're done and finished.
Well,
right?
personally, when I'm
You have
signing a
all the
legal
time in the
document, I
world
don't
to
wanna
talk. When they're done signing,
Reading.
talk for 3 hours.
Well, I
if you
think
want.
it's fair because you want to give them clear choice, right? No distractions. If they're reading it, they're signing it
Right.
without any distractions.
That's correct.
I think that's the best way to finish up a deal
That's it.
or a contract.
Yes.
Right?
Should
What
they
do you
really
think,
be
Stephanie?
focusing on anything else?
It was good. I'm a multitasker. I think I could
Sometimes
probably
they
talk
stop
right at the
signing
same
and I
time,
have
right?
to
She
raise
has
my
5
hand.
kids. She's a master at multitasking.
5 kids.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
No, good for you. No, congratulations. I think.
Is it a good day or a bad
Congrats,
day?
she had a bunch of babies.
It's a good day. The
Yeah.
3 little girls are at my parents. So
Oh boy, yeah, it's a nice quiet
I
house.
have, yeah, 18 and 19. All right.
I love the
Get
little
yourself
ones,
some
though.
dinner. Okay.
Yeah. Feed yourself. It's called fend for yourself.
Yeah.
So how does one person in lending manage their time when things go crazy and you have 5 kids? Because we always talk about time management.
And you're always
how
off
to
doing
not
something.
burn yourself out. How do you guys do that?
Well, it's been a change for them because to work from my house, they can't just spout off and do whatever they want, and they need to take. We have a dog, so she has to be somewhere because if I'm talking, it can't sound like insanity going on behind. So they're learning. It's a learning process. The little girls did camp this year, which none of my kids have ever done camp ever.
She's talking numbers, and all you hear is the kids, "Mom's dog taking a shit in the carpet."
They make this great little
That would
app.
be awful.
You
That would
can
be
you can
awful. I would
you can
die.
activate the shock collars right from your phone.
Right? Kids are
But
killing
I'm
themselves
sorry,
in the background.
Are
I'm
you
gonna
going in
kill
the
you.
fridge?
Yeah, I think Harper's the best behaved of all of my kids. So, and that's the dog. So, like,
Oh,
Harpy.
okay.
If I could be sitting there working at my desk and she's laying right on the floor.
I was saying like
quiet.
Harper's this amazing child. It's a dog.
Yeah,
It's a
I was
dog.
going to say it better be a
she's
dog.
my best
just
child. Yeah.
laying on the floor.
Yeah,
Right.
she's my best child. She lays on the floor. Yep. She only needs fed twice a day. Doesn't make
She
a lot of
whimpers
dishes.
when she has to go.
Yeah, just goes and sits at the door. I mean, nothing. She's good. It's easy.
Okay. Is there a rule like when you're talking on the phone, everybody shut up?
Yeah, so they know. So if
Okay.
I have to if it's surprise, then it's harder, right? Like I've been in the car and answer the phone, and I'm like, "Shh." And then if they talk, wherever we're going is over. It is over.
You give them the stare.
Oh, I'll be like, "Oh."
When you're on the phone like this and it's a client and they're loud, you mute it and go, "Shut up on the phone."
This one day I
Then
was,
you unmute it and everything's, "Oh, hi."
how are you?
Oh.
This one day I was on the phone call and they're talking. The two big girls were talking upstairs, and I'm texting them. And I was trying to tell my mom the other day when I was dropping them off. I'm like, well, they talk sometimes when I'm on the phone, and I said, whatever. I said I texted Avery to be quiet. She goes,
STFU,
she goes,
right?
you didn't text me to be quiet. You texted me, shut the F up.
In caps.
I was like,
All caps.
I was like,
In caps?
Well,
That's
how
legit.
much
In
I
all
needed
caps.
you to shut up.
That's legit.
with an
though.
exclamation
Okay.
and the angry face with the little characters across it in black.
So there's rules for when you're talking business on the phone, and
Yeah,
they
there
all
has
know
to be
that,
rules.
right?
Yeah, they have
Yep.
to.
There's rules and limitations, right? When do you cut it off? When you say, okay, no more work.
I don't say no more work.
No, she really doesn't. Seriously, I called her. What?
Okay.
I was texting with you. What? 10 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was for the one we
You
just
really-
closed last week. I was on the phone with her at like 9:45
Mhm.
to go get her a CD done.
Right.
So at this space, I don't know. I feel like there's time's of the essence a lot of the time, and
Right.
but it also there's also freedom, right? If Hattie had her last day of camp last Thursday and I was up there from 12 to 2, if I was working in the office job, I don't have that freedom. So when it means at 9 or 10 o'clock I am on the phone, then that's the trade-off, no doubt.
How do you build your business in lending industry?
Networking mostly right now. Like I joined
Jeff,
a networking
shove that
group.
mic in her mouth, please. Thank you. I mean, not that close. Now it sounds like.
Obnoxious.
Jeez. I'm gonna have to edit that. Son of a bitch.
it's okay. I already told
All
her.
right.
to put it in
Anyways,
her
go
mouth.
ahead. I'm sorry,
I know, and
And she did.
Better.
guys.
so bad.
Guys. Okay. So last week, we want to make this place as inviting as possible. Okay. We don't have HR here except Jeff.
I'm HR.
It's
Oh boy,
right.
we're in trouble. It's over.
Hey, you should be just fine.
yeah. Harassment required.
I
That's
know
what I
what
meant.
questions were we proposing before we
You want
started.
to cheers? Because I need a drink after that. Jeff is HR. It's like having Scott.
Sam
as
has been
HR.
harassed multiple times. So
Well,
I
I
get
mean,
harassed
as a
every day.
Barbie, you kind of set yourself up for that.
Yeah, apparently I have to wear less skimpy clothing.
How you doing, baby?
yeah. We are
So-
getting him. We are getting him a pink suit. Changing his name to Timmy G. What is it?
Timmy
Tour
Barbie
guide
G.
Timmy G.
Tour
Barbie.
guide Barbie.
Tour guide Barbie.
Timmy.
You
tour
know, you
guide
could get him
Barbie G.
glitter for his
Gefrida?
cards. Like you get the shimmer ones.
It would make your car look fast. Well, we all know the truth,
Right.
but it would make it look fast.
Oh,
It has 4 cylinders and
I w- you
half
know
of a
what?
fucking battery,
I was
bro.
actually in
Okay.
a-
Half a battery.
I was
half
act-
of a fucking
I was-
battery. It's
I
a
was-
hybrid.
I was in his car today. We actually got over 62 miles an hour
Yes, you
Shut
did.
up.
downhill. Though.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Downhill.
Were you sure that wasn't kilometers?
We had to take out like 4 seats. and
There's
and
already. Oh, there's only 4 seats in the car.
he's like, "Hey Chris, can you leave your bag in your car?" I'm like, "Why?
Take
Because
your
there's a
shoes
weight
off.
limit.
It'll be lighter."
Take your shoes off.
We need aerodynamics, bro.
Fucking Fred Flintstoning it. Holy shit. So
had to pedal push a couple of times.
so
I had him get out and push.
building your clients through just networking, like coming to events like you did today.
Right. So that I'm in a networking group, and then I make a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Mhm.
the nature of the beast, sort of like you just
And
gotta call
when-
and ask and call and
Who
who
do
do you use? Why do
Who do
you
you
use?
call? I mean, how do you get the numbers? How does one create clients since you just started over a year ago, more
Yeah.
or less? Okay.
Honestly, however, like if it's online or like we did a CE course and some of the realtors there, or if you follow a couple of different groups or companies, like they'll say, "Oh, this person just joined our team." Like, okay, call that person. They're newer. I stopped at an office in Menor and spoke with the office manager. She gave me the entire roster. It was amazing,
Oh, good.
and
Very
said that I
nice.
could stop in and put things in their mailboxes anytime I want. So I sent them all an email.
Have you done this yet? Call Elgar, tell him you want every active real estate agent's email.
You can get it online.
I think it's quicker this way because they just send it to you in an
She
Excel
has
file.
MLS
But you know what?
access.
They
When
just send you
She
an
has
Excel
an-
file.
Stephanie, when you
MLS
mentioned you
number.
go into the offices,
Mm.
like I have people all the time say, "Oh, I'll email you something. I'll mail you something."
Mm.
Every single time I tell them, "Come in the office, build a relationship,
Oh my.
build a
God.
relationship with the agents, and then they will respond to you." You know,
So,
so
here's-
like how you do, you go in the office and you meet the people.
well, I would tell you it is sort of a challenge, right? So you can go in the office and whomever is the gatekeeper at the front, they're like, "Oh, okay, well, do you want to leave your card or do you want to leave that? Or, here's our manager's card." Like, so they're not, it's not as easy as it sounds. Now,
Oh.
if I got you on the phone and said, "Hey, Jeff, do you want to do that? Do you want to grab do you have time for a 10-minute conversation, or do you want to grab a coffee, or do you want to do a quick lunch or something
Right.
like that?"
You want to grab
and
a
you
beer?
said, "Yeah,
Just
I don't
say it.
Or
usually
beer.
offer that. I would to him, but I don't lead with that usually."
Do
I
you
would
wanna-
lead with that.
um,
I would lead with that. It would
something
work.
like that.
Realtors
Then,
like cocktails.
if you say, if you even give me time of day, then that's a totally different story. But
Right.
if you just go to an office, like one day I stopped at a couple and they were just not, it was like stopped right at the
Wow.
beginning. Then I went in one and they're like, "No agents are here. There's one in the back." And I spent like 25 minutes with this lady,
So-
and she gave me the other two names of the people on her team, and it was nice.
Whenever someone comes in our office, like a lender or an inspector or whatever, I walk them around, a title person. I introduce them to everybody there. Like, fair game, hopefully one of them works with you. I take them around. Nobody's stopped at our door at our office.
What time are you at McDowell tomorrow? I'm coming.
I'll be there about 11 o'clock.
There you go.
All right, I'll see you at
Stop
11.
in, yeah. and We'll hang out for a little bit, have some
See you there.
coffee. We'll go over
I'll
some
bring
of our
some.
deals.
I'll be coming from
I'll
the
bring
inspection.
some.
You don't have to bring anything and come
I was
see us.
teasing you. I was
So
I
I
was trying
think-
to remember what your drink was, since it wasn't the bourbon that they told
Oh,
me. I was
Captain and
drinking.
Coke.
So I think it's natural
captain
for
boy.
anyone going into an industry and starting off to be a little timid, right? To be a little nervous, to have people have confidence in you, especially when you're newer in the industry.
It
So how did
is.
you get over that hurdle?
So I sort of just all of a sudden got smacked in the face one day. Like, okay, so before I call Chris Chavez,
Not literally, though.
not
right?
literally,
Okay.
before I call Chris Chavez, I have no relationship with him. So if I call you and you're like, "Hey, Steph, thanks, but no thanks," or you don't answer, or you don't ever call me back, there's that. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have anything less after that. I don't. Like I can reach out, and I didn't have any relationship with him before. So when I don't get any reciprocity, I don't have any relationship after.
How do you continue to? Well, I think we've all given up at some point in trying to
Definitely
communicate or
that's-
follow up, right?
That's true.
You follow up as much as you can, then you're like, okay, when does the finish line come?
I think you just sort of hit a wall some days. Like there's some days I can get in a groove and I'm doing good and I have a couple of good conversations and I feel good.
Ride the roller
and you want to
coaster.
just keep doing it. Then there's other days that I would start to call, and I've called now 5, 7, 10 people, and it's like, "No thanks, no thanks, no thanks, no thanks." I'm like, ugh, voicemail, no, whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm done calling for today. Like
Right.
Same
I
thing
need to go
happens
change
with
the
us
little
with
laundry
prospecting.
and send some email, marketing emails or something different. Like
The money is in the follow-up in real estate.
I
And
think
Same
any
thing happens with prospecting.
aspect
Some
of
days the ball
Well,
is rolling
what I
and you're
like
on.
what I like about Stephanie is you have a lot of good stuff you can offer because there's a lot of consumers in that scenario that you're talking about.
Sure.
500 credit score. They make a good amount of money. Maybe they made some bad mistakes 3 or
Right.
4 years ago, but they've been consistent with payments the last 3 or 4 years. Who's going to help me? Who's going to help that individual? So I think if you can, put a big sign out there, hey, if you're
Right.
this person, I can help you. So I think if you can provide that and, spread the news in a
Right.
way where everybody sees it, I think that's one way for you to kind of grow that clientele.
It's
Jeffrey, are
definitely
you taking a picture of my socks?
I'm texting a client because I'm on the ball, sir.
it's definitely a door opener. I mean,
Awesome.
or it has served to be like when they're like, no, I have a couple lenders and I work with them, and I'm like, okay, so who do you use when they have a 500 credit score or below 580? Because we can manually underwrite to 580 on FHA, and then we have the added debt to income. So it's like, all right, so who are you using for that? Well, what do you mean? And then at least you have an open door a little bit. So
Right. As
She
far
does a
as
fantastic job.
2019 has been good for you?
yeah, I you know what so far I'm
You
doing
came
it
in with a bunch of alcohol, so I'm thinking, yeah, it
for
probably
you
is.
guys.
Oh,
Are you
shit.
telling us
sharing.
that we have a problem?
No,
Okay.
it's after 5.
No, we're
It
actually
is.
Someone earlier today
we're
told
actually
me
telling you
it's
we have
socially
a problem.
acceptable if we're drinking after 5. So
So 501,
are.
we got started.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
We actually have one missing spot on the bourbon wall.
Yep.
We
You
could
know
have
what?
had. We could have been filled.
I think
Like,
someone.
want me to go put my
It's almost like
Frappuccino there?
somebody took it home, like bought a bottle,
Yeah.
took it home.
Oh my goodness.
Was it the guy with all the hair?
No, it wasn't.
No,
him.
this one had
No,
no
not
hair.
him.
I think
No
no
hair.
hair.
He had a lot of eyebrows though.
You know, it's a
Looked
mystery.
a little bit like a Barbie.
Yeah.
Kind of a mystery. I
Pink
Pink,
think.
looking.
pink Corvette in the car in the,
It
in
was
the
like
parking lot.
it was like a Ken, but no blonde hair,
Minus the man
bald,
parts.
short, doesn't have a nice body.
Short,
and
you wanted to talk there,
Doesn't have a
bro.
nice body.
well, I'm just no. I mean,
What?
Ken's good. He's got a pretty. Ken's pretty
well, I
fit.
mean, Ken is pretty fit.
He's pretty fit.
Pretty
true.
fit.
Right?
Sorry, okay, he's made out of plastic. All right, I
Oh.
can't compete with plastic.
So are some of the hottest girls. We
Yeah.
don't make fun of them.
I don't try to compete with them either.
I mean, I
promoted
don't blame
So,
you.
Silicon Valley, here we come, baby.
Silicon
So have you
Valley,
ever
yeah.
been to Vegas?
I've never been to Vegas.
Really?
Really.
Wait a minute.
Shame on you.
Hold
Swear,
Wow.
I've never been.
Wait a minute. You party animal have never been to Vegas.
I've
That's
never
that's
been to
that's
Vegas.
surprising.
Oh my goodness, we need to
Surprising.
make.
I
this
just got
happen.
back from Vegas
Oh my
yesterday,
goodness.
and I'm still hungover.
I saw your little Facebook. Here he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was fun. This was the best Vegas trip I've ever been to.
Oh, nice.
I've
What
been
made
there.
it good?
I've been there 4 times. 35-1, one bet, and I won it.
Oh, you.
Right.
Helped by
He
Mr. Carducci?
texted me. Hold on. He goes, black or red. I'm like, what in the hell is this clown talking about? So then he tells me what he's doing. I'm like, when you're in Vegas, you never bet a 50-50 bet.
Why?
Because it pays even.
Why?
You're wasting
Yeah,
your
no,
time.
I understand
a
that.
time
You're
span.
wasting
I
your time.
understand that,
It's
but
a time sucker.
sometimes no, I get it, but sometimes people do that. Hey, we're gonna place one bet as soon as we get there,
Right.
red or black.
Maybe that's like setting the
then
tone for your luck.
It's like it's like
I just
yeah,
hit.
people
Okay.
use it to fuck.
But what
themselves
happens
and
when
they-
you
they
win?
Get happy.
You win $10.
Well,
What
yeah.
happens when you won that other bet? You won 340
Listen, he was
bucks.
starting in the baby end of the pool, getting.
No.
Yes,
You win big, you
He
play
always
big,
has
brother.
to start in the baby
Oh,
end.
dude, no, I just jump in. I don't even care.
You got to jump right in.
I jump right in.
Heck yeah.
Grabs floaties and goes.
No, I don't even grab floaties.
No
I
floaties.
I grab fucking
Kickboard?
weights. I grab weights
Kickboard?
and I jump in that bitch.
Wait. You tried
Well,
that.
Because-
somebody call the ambulance. He
Because
just
when-
jumped in there
Because
with
when I lose
weights.
my money, I just kill me.
Oh, yeah. I tie bricks around my ankles,
Exactly.
jump in the deep end. Let's rock.
I cut my
And
wrists
we're
and I
gonna call
jump
2
in. I
ambulances
cut my
now.
wrists and I jump in a pool of
Guys, I'm gonna be
sharks.
the guy with the floaties.
I'm like, just fucking kill me, sharks. You know.
You
So-
can't catch me now. You can't catch up.
And you know what? I figured out. So I won $437 on a slot machine, and I never play slots ever.
How much on the slots?
437.
$437.
Not bad.
It's a penny machine, penny slots.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
penny
one
slots
cent.
my ass.
right.
By the time you
What
hit
are
the
they
spin
really?
button,
Yeah.
when you hit the
have to
spin
put a
button,
dollar in, but it's a penny slot.
no, it isn't.
No, it's not.
I
When
don't
you
think-
I put a
actually bet,
$100 bill in that bitch.
and you get 7 spins out
To
of it.
win 437. I mean, that's.
Well,
No,
I-
you
I-
get
I
like
cashed
7
out.
spins.
I cashed
Oh,
out
oh.
$537, but so what I was doing, you know how people can just get pissed off because they just kept hitting the button. So I kind of did some type of system where I would hit the
Tink tink.
where I'd hit it, then I'd win, but then I wouldn't double tap it because that's what they want you to do. So I'd go back to the 40-cent bet, win like 20 cents, and then go back to the $1.50, and then go back to the 40, and then I would go back to the
Yeah.
All in.
max bet.
Hey, Irma.
Look that
Irma,
up.
you're.
Dude.
Yep.
It worked.
Yep. You spent a lot of time
It
thinking
worked.
about this, Irma.
It worked.
Irma, did you save up your pennies?
I was on the slots for 20 minutes.
Get
20
out.
minutes. It was fun. It was good.
You don't even want to know how much I've won on slot machines.
Oh, we know.
Oh,
the
this
story.
guy.
Stupid.
Yeah,
I
it's
forgot.
stupid amounts that he's won on.
Jeff
slot
didn't even
I
hit
know.
the button. It just spit out $9,000. Right, hit him right in the face.
Do you guys do the Queen of Hearts thing?
I don't.
Oh, at Cardinal. What are you talking about?
No, the Queen of
Cardinal
Hearts.
Car Wash
They
represent.
go play, like Wild Goose would have it, or somebody will have it, and someone just won $22,000.
Where at? Which
What?
one? Where?
At Mean Mugs?
No, I feel like it was you know who it was? Aren't you friends with
Give me a name.
Someone
Credit
at-
Repair?
someone at-
Oh yeah, yeah.
seriously?
Yeah, Ken.
Chad.
I'm
Chad.
sorry,
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Chad
Good for
won.
him.
22. He just posted on Facebook the
Hey,
other day.
Chad, thanks for calling me back.
Yeah. Hey, Chad.
No, you got to
thanks
pay
for- thanks
taxes
for-
on that?
Yes.
It's got to be over a certain
I
amount.
mean,
Then
you
you got to
could-
pay taxes.
yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if they made
Yeah.
you claim
I,
it or
I
not.
think it's
Yeah.
like, what is it, $1,000?
Yeah.
$1,000?
Anything
Small
over that's
amount, and then you gotta
that's
start
why when
paying.
you win on a slot, like I win 999,
Yep, exactly.
but it's never 1,000 because if it's 1,000, then you got to fill out the form.
Right.
So you cash that out.
I don't gamble enough.
You
to
don't
know.
let your ticket be over 1,000 when you're cashing out.
Oh, so I just have to come
So-
up with
and
like
then come up again?
4.9999
Right.
ticket.
Right, exactly.
Gotcha.
Can you split these up in 4?
Sir, this printed wrong.
9,999?
I know it says 1,000, but I want you to take $2 and give me 998.
This is tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the tip, and then I've got 4 others just.
Or
like
you
it.
could just
can
hit the
take
spin
2.
button. So what are the rates right now?
Oh, they're actually pretty good. If you were at probably 4%, 3.75.
That's crazy.
At what
It's
credit?
still
I mean,
historically
it
low.
depends. So if you're 720, you're probably at 375. 700, 3.
Can you do me a favor? and
3.75 for
Can you raise the rates,
700
please?
above.
Yeah.
About.
You want the rates raised?
Absolutely. I would
To
love this
motivate some
economy
people?
to be stronger.
Why
It's
is
way-
it, why is an increased interest rate make it stronger?
Increased interest rates will this economy will sustain. Right now, with a housing shortage, with all the millennials buying the houses, the average person buying a house is 31, 32. Taking a house off the market, not replenishing it. Prices are going up. Unemployment's down. So we need the interest rate 6 or 7% if you can make that happen.
It's not
Nope.
going to happen.
No. Yeah, but that'll stifle the market. My opinion.
Please raise it.
Is that a popular vote, Jeffrey?
Well, obviously, people don't want the rates to go up because they're going to pay a little more. But if you can put off recessions for years and years, a couple points in interest rate.
But I
isn't gonna
think
hurt.
deep down, I think everyone's in their best own interest.
they are. You're right.
You know,
Right
They
It's
are.
sad, but I really that's
Right.
the truth.
Everyone is
I'm buying this or
investing.
not
around
buying this
interest.
because of.
I think I don't think that
No one's buying
increasing
homes
the rate
because they
would-
want to help the economy. They want to buy it because they're buying.
They
a home.
can.
Low interest rates, in my opinion, is not the sign of a strong economy. Like historically low interest rates, it's there for a reason, and they had to
Making it
lower
to
them.
stimulate, right?
Yeah, they had to lower them like that to stimulate the economy.
Mhm.
Are we still there? Are we still 2012 where we have to
I
stimulate
still
it?
don't think that they should go up to 6 or 7. 7's a weird
5.5, 6.
5.5's fine, but I think that if you get too high, I think that you're going to stifle. 'Cause people aren't going to get near that 10
Well,
again.
Jeff, man, with what Stephanie's providing, 500 credit score, we can get you approved. You know, the rates are low. I don't. We're completely opposite to where you're getting
Right.
to.
I don't
Because
think the
we would have to
percentage.
rate, you would have to have a higher credit score, and then the rates would be.
I think you should have.
Yeah,
to have
500.
better.
They're not having a 3.75.
No.
No,
not?
not going to
No.
happen.
We get you
No.
500, but it'd be 16, bro.
Well, you know what?
Think.
To be honest, like
And 37%.
not everybody deserves to own a house.
37.
I
No,
mean, you have to
Owning a house
earn the
is a
right.
privilege, not a right.
Because I mean, you're taking out a $300,000 loan for 30
It's
years,
responsibility, responsibility, right?
and if you don't pay that back, that affects everyone in the long term.
So I read something. I got an email this morning about Equifax getting fined $700 million.
$700 million.
What?
$700 million because
Security
of
breach.
the security breach of all the information of their clients.
Yep.
What's up with that?
Facebook just got hit with $5 billion too.
They did.
$5 billion fine for the privacy infringements.
I've seen they change their privacy
Mm-hmm.
laws or whatever.
Yep.
Well, they
Now-
always do, and then you get that message thing that you have
Well,
to.
now they have to
all this
have,
extra
according to
stuff
the
or-
federal
Right.
government,
Yeah,
now they have to have a group within Facebook that actually monitors.
You know what? To be honest, we're giving all these people our information, and then we bitch about it when they take it.
Right.
We gave it to them. Facebook didn't know my phone number. I provided it to them.
There's
I
a
took mine
lot.
off.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that
My
they get
email
extra, though.
was provided to them.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to eat dinner and I put a picture of where I'm eating dinner, I provided that.
But I think there's a
There's additional
There's-
to it than that.
there's responsibility of that individual or that company that you're providing the information.
I
to.
agree. I
Same
agree.
thing-
Our
Same
information
thing with
safe.
us. Same
But
thing
you
with us,
have to
Jeff.
have some responsibility for what you do with your credit card. You have to have some responsibility for what you do with your birth date. Like people ask you those questions on there. You know, if you're born in June, you know, or whatever day you're born, that's the animal you are. What
Oh,
animal
right.
are you?
Zodiac
June.
sign.
Yeah. Duh, they just got
That's
your
the animal.
birthday, idiot.
That's the animal.
Yeah,
That's the
or
first time anyone's referred it that
Right,
way.
those little like, oh, she's
Chinese
playing
zodiac
quiz,
or
whatever,
zodiac.
or she's
Or what's
playing
your
quiz,
sign?
whatever, and they're a little app, and it's like, oh,
just
we'll tell
shows
you
you,
who's talking to you from heaven if you tell us
Right.
the date of your birth, like goofy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if someone, you give them your information, but
Give them
yeah,
access to
there's
your
a
friends,
there's
like-
a certain level
I-
of security they have to provide. Just like when
they
we talk to
should
our
provide.
clients, we ask for our clients' information. We're not giving that information out, right?
I never asked for the
Right.
personal info. Honestly, I go, I don't want to know anything about your financial. That's between you and the lender. I go, I'm out of that part.
Right.
I don't want to know my client. I don't
No,
want to
but
know
the
how
general
much.
information is still.
I don't want to
safe.
know how much my client makes. I don't want to know what their credit score is. I don't want to know their income to debt ratio. That's between her and the client. And on the other hand, she doesn't know what me and the client are doing when we're out looking at houses, writing offers. That's between us.
No, I get it that you don't want to know it, and you may not need to know it. But I think it serves as a tool to help know or explain the process,
I think
and
so too.
it kind of gives your client a sense of reassurance, and you know what the hell you're talking about.
No, absolutely. I just ran into that right yesterday with a client because we had an issue when we were just underneath contract, where there was some paperwork that needed to come from their employer and whatnot, and things were shaky. And knowing the situation and everything helped me explain it better for him, so then he could understand, because the lender wasn't getting across, and it wasn't a good relationship. So
Yeah, I do think there's certain amount of times where the two worlds have to merge
Uh-huh.
because, so if you want me to pre-approve somebody and then they come back to you or I send you the pre-approval letter and it says, hey, they can buy a house up to 150,000. Well, if you buy a house for 150,000 in Willoughby or Menor or Eastlake or whatever, or you buy that house in Sugar
Shaker.
Falls or Shaker Heights or whatever, you just took them right out of debt to income. Like
Right,
it's
right.
over.
the taxes will
Taxes,
kill
Yeah,
him.
the- you know, so that comes into play. So
Absolutely.
if I'm guesstimating, oh, they say that they're looking at this, but then they're talking to you and they're like, oh, well, we would consider up there, or we saw this thing on Facebook. Hey, we saw this house on Facebook.
Right.
I'm gonna look at this, and the area that I put in an estimate of taxes, $150 to $175 a month, just went to $300 a month.
Right.
That could blow somebody out, you know, and then
Well,
they go and fall in love with this house.
That's
it's
where your
over. So-
experienced agent needs to know that. If somebody is looking in Perry, Ohio for a month, and they're pre-approved for 150, and then they go, "Hey, seen this house in Cleveland Heights," and I'm gonna go, "Hey, hope you enjoy your $9,000 a year in taxes," because then we have to buy like $100,000 house, maybe even lower.
Well, and I guess that's the point is like you're an experienced agent, so you know tax brackets. But for a lot of agents, they need to know what their client, what their client's situation is. Not to the extent where
Okay.
to make decisions for them or anything, but just to know it so then we can help the process along.
And that is another reason why new agents in the business need to work on a team, or they need to partner with an experienced agent so they can learn these things.
Right.
I mean,
Agreed.
this is the biggest purchase of somebody's life, and you're going to just entrust your nephew because he got his license last week, and there is a lot on the line here, buddy.
Does that city have a point of sale? Does that city have something that you have to do as a
Yeah, you
buyer
have a lot
or a
to
seller?
lose, and get yourself an experienced agent.
You got to go through the experience,
Yes,
There's a lot of stuff.
absolutely.
and every deal is never the same, right?
No,
Hey, let me-
never.
Chris, here's
I've
the
never
question.
had the same deal.
If you're on trial for murder, do you want a lawyer fresh out of law school with 0 tried cases?
Absolutely.
Hey, Uncle Vinny, I know you just got.
You're having a heart transplant. Do you want the doctor fresh out of med school with 0 heart transplants?
Well, they had a lot of experience.
These are all
in their
life-changing
residency.
things.
Right.
Buying a house is life-changing.
Yeah.
Not to the extreme of the first two things I said, but all three of those are some of the biggest things that could possibly ever happen.
Home buying, murder.
Murder, heart transplant, 30 years of house payments.
30 years of house payments.
I think it's pretty
same
important.
Thing. Same
Yes.
thing.
That's important.
So buying a house is the biggest thing you're going to do in your life financially, most likely.
Right.
The
No,
communication
agreed.
is a huge thing
Yes.
all around. That's just me.
Communicating. is
We
key.
talked about that on a couple other podcasts. Like communication in real estate is really huge. Like whether it's with the client, whether it's with the lender, whether it's with the title agent, whether it's with the agent, communication is huge.
For sure. Agreed. Well, I'm good. Are you good?
You feel good?
Great.
Great.
Put it in your mouth for me
Any,
again.
oh my God. All right. Tour guide Barbie, any final thoughts? Holy shit.
You just had my final thought.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear his first thought.
I was going to say.
This was a great podcast. This
Jeffrey?
was fun.
Oh, final thoughts?
Final thought.
Final thoughts are I watched the Browns training camp highlights today,
Yeah.
and I think, as my final
are
thought,
you a little excited?
Are you gonna bark?
dude, I can't tell you what's happening on the inside of me
I
right
I
now.
can't believe
Come
you're
on.
here. I can't believe
Come on,
you're
you
not
gotta
there.
bark.
Listen, I'm going to bark. I'm going to bark.
Oh, Lord.
But I'm telling you, I watched some of that, and I'm so excited. Odell Beckham was making one-handed catches at the sideline. I mean, the press was going nuts. The crowd was going nuts.
Was there a lot of
America's
people there?
team.
Did you see
Oh,
the
dude,
highlights?
America's team.
They sold out the practice session in
Right.
2 minutes when the
It's
tickets were
funny.
available.
It's funny. They were
Season
talking
tickets
about
are
that on
sold
the
out.
radio. They said they should build. You know how in Wrigley they have stands on top of people's houses.
Yeah.
They should build just stands around the houses at training camp and just sell those seats.
And I'm going to the home opener, 3 rows behind the Browns bench.
Oh, you got tickets?
Very nice.
Home opener?
Very nice.
Ooh.
Very nice.
It's gonna be amazing.
The entire season is sold out.
Wait,
That's
you
my
didn't like
that's
that.
my final my final
Rough.
thoughts are
Second final thought.
He says rough.
rough.
Final.
rough.
Stephanie, our special guest today. What is your final thought?
My final thought. I'm thankful that I was asked to come today.
Right.
It was fun to hang out with you guys.
Okay. Well,
Who's the coolest out of us 3? Tell the truth.
go ahead.
Oh.
Don't fuck this up.
It's
Yeah, I
okay.
know.
Tour guide party is always your favorite.
Don't fuck
Oh,
this
he's
up.
pulling my hair.
Oh
talking
my.
Well,
Who's your favorite, honey?
your favorite?
doesn't-
Who's your
what girl
favorite?
doesn't like getting their hair pulled? And my final thought is I want to thank Stephanie Stollers from Freedom Mortgage. If you are looking for guidance in anything with real estate or mortgage, hit us up. Leave a message. Real Talk Realtor.
Peace.
See you
Iron
guys
Man
next
out.
week.
Man.
Fucking Iron
This guy Barbie.
I'm sorry. What did you say I was?
For the victory lap though.
Always.
Whoa, whoa. They ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I stress overcome. What for? Train in the trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands, and stormy shore seasons.